Hey everyone, today we'll be looking at the Exterminator class. The Exterminator is a great all-around class with a high DPS output and good defensive abilities, along with some great group utility. It's one of the strongest classes in the game, and I even found out a few new things about the class while testing out builds that I didn't know about. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. I am currently trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, which will really help out the channel, and thank you so much to everyone who subscribed so far. With that said, let's get into it. Like with the other classes, I tried out a variety of builds to see what works best on extreme difficulty, and while there are a few potential builds, I found one in particular to come out ahead of the others. With this build, you'll be tanky, have the ability to kite zombies, be able to buff defense kits, have the ability to crowd control, and be able to melt zombie pyramids. Like the Hellraiser class, the Exterminator has two equipment choices, either Claymore or Molotov cocktails. While Claymores can deal some serious damage, for extreme difficulty I found Molotovs to be more useful all around. And if you go for Claymores, you have to sacrifice one of the best talents in the Exterminator's skill tree. Not to mention with this build, you'll be able to use the Molotovs to melt bulls, which with the increased spawn rate from the Aftermath patch is extremely useful. I also found out that Molotovs do not cause hordes to spawn, making them very valuable during the exploration phase, alongside being able to destroy zombie pyramids. To start off, while the prestige talents are helpful, they are not as strong as the ones from some of the other classes, so I would prioritize prestiging other classes first. That said, they are nice to have, and once you hit Prestige 4 you will gain a 5% increase to health, 10% increase to semi-automatic and shotgun reload speed, 10% increase to the amount of targets Molotovs and Claymores can kill, and finally a 10% increase to carried ammo capacity for primary weapons. The first talent you want to go with is Pyromaniac, which will increase Molotov's fire damage by 50%. This is important to help deal with bulls, and will work extremely well with a particular talent later on. Next up is All Elbows, which will reduce the movement speed penalty when zombies are close by 100%. These first two talents work perfectly with the next perk, Dragonhide, which increases your fire resistance by 100%. Altogether, you can use these perks to kite zombies and get yourself out of a bad situation. Being immune to fire means you can use Molotovs to create kill zones in tight spaces and easily escape, which is extremely important on extreme difficulty. The one thing you really need to watch out for is your teammates. You have to be careful not to trap and box them into a swarm of zombies. You can also utilize your fire immunity if you get the incendiary variant of the Thumper as well. Next up is Wheatgrass. While deep pockets is really nice to have, zombies just hit too hard on extreme difficulty, and the extra health is too valuable to pass up. That said, if you are playing on a lower difficulty, then deep pockets is a solid choice. After that is Combat Engineer, one of the best perks in the game. While it does rely on a fairly low chance to proc, when it does proc, it's so great. The only real issue is that if you're playing with a group of random people, everyone will rush for defense kits, so it does require teamwork to utilize properly. But when it works with an electric grid or turret, it can make dealing with a horde that much easier. The next tier is one that can come down to personal preference, however, I did find Job Satisfaction to be useful more often as it basically gives you an extra health bar. Cloak and Dagger is also an extremely strong perk, and there were times while testing that it did save me, so while I do recommend Job Satisfaction, try them both out and see what works best for you. Next up is Third Hand. This talent is incredible for dealing with zombie hordes, and if you can find a Paladin LMG, you can fire indefinitely when a horde is coming at you. It also works well with the Advanced SMG and Assault Carbine due to their high magazine capacity. Pickpocket is next, which is almost always the best choice as it frees up the support class to pick up equipment boxes and allows you to generate Molotovs. Lastly is Hot Sauce, which basically turns your Molotov into a grenade and helps kill bulls quickly, and can even make a single Molotov collapse a zombie pyramid at times. While Ghost is a very strong talent as well, it's only situationally useful, as if the rest of your team is dead on extreme, when it procs, most of the time you're going to be killed as soon as the masking effect wears off. While it might be helpful once every few games, Hot Sauce will always be useful, especially since the Exterminator class is really meant to be a DPS class. And if you are using this class to take up a spot on your team on extreme difficulty, they need to be able to effectively take out zombies during horde defenses. Like in my other guides, I will list my build in the description box down below. And I do want to also mention the level 10 and 30 perks, which are incredible. The Bandolier perk buffs mortar and stationary machine guns, which is extremely useful on extreme difficulty when paired with Combat Engineer. Daredevil increases firearm damage by 25% when more than 30 zombies are in the area, which allows you to wipe out hordes when paired with Third Hand. Overall, the Exterminator class is really fun to play as, and one of the best classes in the game. For melee weapons, I was using the Tomahawk, although the dual sickles are a decent choice as well due to the Job Satisfaction perk. If you are going to main Exterminator, then I would recommend getting the Challenge Tier 1 shotgun variant because you start off with a shotgun and the Incendiary Thumper because of fire immunity. For Tier 2, Paladin LMG is the best, but if you can't find one, the SMG or Assault Rifle are also good choices. And for Tier 3, the Advanced SMG and Assault Carbine are best, although you can potentially keep using the LMG because it works so well with a third-hand perk. When playing with a group of friends, if you are using the Exterminator, you really want to focus on hordes and have other classes cover the blind spots. Also, having people leave you defense kits is very helpful to get Combat Engineer to proc as much as possible. Although do keep in mind, some levels have defense spots that are so large you will not have enough time to grab all the kits yourself, so communicate with your team if you cannot grab everything. I will be making guides for all classes, and I think Medic will be next. I've already done all the testing, I just need to record the video. After that, Gunslinger might be next, although I do need to do some more testing. I will make a playlist with all the class build guides as well, so that should be popping up at the end of the video if you do want to check out the other ones I've made already. And thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Getting to 1,000 will be a big step for the channel and will help out so much. Also, sharing my content and liking the video really does help out as well. Thanks so much for watching, see you all in the next video.